Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and the world may be healing. Also, shout out to the Publica team, mine and Sydney's news agency, for getting an awesome exclusive interview that was shared by Riley Gaines, where we actually went and talked to these students and these brave student athletes about what's actually happened to them, and it's wild. So I'm hoping that you'll share this story far and wide. Let's start with the overview. A biological male in Oregon competed in the high school and at high school level, but ends up getting booed by the crowd when they cross the finish line and win the girls' 200-meter state. A biological male athlete was booed as they were crowned the state champion of Oregon's girls' 6A 200-meter race. Aiden Gallagher won by 0.2 of a second and was also jeered as they crossed the finish line Saturday. The high school student ran the best time during the prelim heats before they picked up the state title. Well, it's very easy for a biological man to defeat biological women in feats of strength. I mean, that is not exactly surprising to me. It doesn't seem to shock me. It doesn't shock me in any conceivable way, to be honest with you. I want to go to the booing first because it's absolutely based. Let's go to this. The crowd goes berserk for the second place. Boo! And by the way, if you watch the girls, watch the way they cheer for the second place finisher. Look at them. Oh, wait, here. Look at the girls turn and cheer. And not one of them, look at that. There's one kind of with a golf clap, but everyone else ignored. Absolutely legendary, based. And by the way, we interviewed these girls, so hold on a sec. Gallagher stormed to victory in the 200-meter final on Saturday and stood alongside 6 of the other girls who were when the result was announced. When they were declared the state champion by the stadium announcer, but their name was met with a mixture of boos and cheers. Comes after they won their heat in the 400-meter race with a time of 55 seconds. Their performance earned 1 of 5 spots, but narrowly lost in the final spot by 0.15. Oh, just brutal. The 10th grader came in second overall behind both heats, behind Josie Donaldson. Shout out Josie, who won her heat and narrowly pipped her to the top spot at 55 seconds and 55.04 seconds, Athletic Live reported. Sophie Castaneda was listed as coming in third overall and second behind Gallagher. The clip shared online, jeering could be heard in the background as Gallagher crossed the finish line during the heat on Friday. Even prior to the win, their participation in the race had been criticized by Republican lawmakers who called for a change in regulations. Well, guess what? The Publica exclusively obtained an interview with these individuals. You can see, to have a guy run with females is so unfair. These brave girls in Oregon have come forward to condemn OSAA Sports for allowing biological males who identify as trans to compete with females. They say girls who oppose the policy risk being banned from sports. Again, shout out to the Publica. It's growing up. Exclusive interview. Here it is.
Yeah, I think for me it was very frustrating because at one specific meet, I saw that this biological male was running with females and I saw him finish way ahead of everybody.
Yep.
And I was like, that's not normal. Like, everyone is in a heat for a reason. And it just made me livid when I found out that it was a guy. And I think that we have a girls and a boys, for a reason on a team.
Yes.
Like, you'll see us practicing boys and girls separately for sprints because that's just how it is. And if you look at, for example, like hurdles, there's 100-meter hurdles for girls and 110 high hurdles for guys, and they're high because guys can jump higher and are faster. And if you compare the times of both of those, most boys' times are faster than girls' hurdle times. Not always, but that's the case.
Most
So
often,
then
yeah.
To have a guy run with females is so unfair.
So is there anything that you would like? People are just, they're not sure what to do, I think. A lot of people say, oh, the girls should not run. The girls should turn their backs on the competitor. But that's easy to say
Right.
as somebody who isn't competing and as somebody who doesn't maybe have even a child competing. What would be something that you feel like would be helpful?
I think speaking out about it like we are doing, because those girls
Yes.
train and work hours and run.
Share this video,
every single
too.
day, and for like to just have to say, well, I'm not doing it because of a guy is so absurd. Like that should not even have to be.
Are puka shell necklaces coming back?
So
Shout out.
speaking up about it, and even though it's like scary, it's what we have to do, sadly.
Yep.
Have you been told by coaches or teachers or administration not to speak out against it? If nobody said don't talk about it, is there social pressure?
Yeah, I have hesitation about being banned from my sports.
Yeah,
and
same.
I know these girls, when they feel that they can't walk up off the field, it's because they feel that they will get banned, and if they speak up, these athletes feel that these administrations will kick them out for meets, and if they do not compete or if they walk off the field, they're disqualified from all of their other events for walking off the field for what they believe in for one event. And you know, in America, we do things for what we believe in. We have freedom and freedom of speech, freedom to do what we want, and for these girls to get disqualified
Yeah.
for doing what they feel is right and disqualified in all of their events is just so wrong, and it's just so hard because these girls don't want to be disqualified. They want to have a chance that these
By the way, let me tell you about these brave girls, by the way. They didn't even request anonymity. So when we interviewed them, they didn't request anonymity at all. They didn't care. They said they'd be fine without it. We did a little blur just, because whatever, but they didn't request that.
regional competitions, and they just can't. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
It also, I feel like, is super unfair because it takes the attention off of these girls who, like, even play second and third at state. All the attention is on this guy, which
Yep.
shouldn't be the case. It should be on the girls who, like, worked for it and who should have gotten the state title. Like,
Yeah. Also, like, some people obviously want to walk off the track and stuff, but at the same time, I feel like the only thing holding it back is that how many hours and days
Yeah.
they put into this, and like all of this hard work, and just to walk off, like, obviously it's for a good cause, I totally support, but like that's probably what's holding them back is like all this just to like not compete, I guess. But
All of that for nothing.
Yes.
exactly.
100% understand. You see, it's infuriating that these girls who spent countless hours training to see their in preparations go up in smoke to indulge the whims of a failed male athlete. You can see Riley Gaines shared the video properly. Shout out Riley Gaines. Listen to the mother of the female runner in Oregon, who we also spoke to, about the threats that their families receive.
My daughter is in her senior year, and she has to compete against Aiden, who just won first at state and took away spots from our girls,
Yep.
and he doesn't deserve it. He needs to be with the men.
Yes.
I don't care if he's transgender. You can have your own opinion and do what you want to do, but you have no right taking away from these girls. Their emotions matter too.
Has anybody been afraid to speak out?
Yes. A lot of parents are afraid to speak out because there is repercussion from OSAA
Yep.
that if you discriminate or you put anyone down for their gender.
By the way, shout out Shelly, who did this interview for us with the Publica. We've been slowly growing. We've had some exclusives. Now I'm really proud of the team.
Talk negative. It can disqualify the children from events, but it can also just pick out parents from all OSAA events.
Oh, so you'd be
It'd be
banned
a lifetime ban for both.
Oh, wow.
They
That's
banned
my
the parents.
understanding. And it's not fair. Just these girls, my daughter has been training since 5th or 6th grade to be where she's at. She trains year round. And for him to take it, it's not okay. He might be able to compete in college, but he will never be able to compete on a national level. Never.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about this?
Why is it that transgender and the LGBTQ have taken away so many rights for women? We have fought so hard for years, and here they are taking it from us in sports, and they're taking it from girls who don't deserve it and don't understand.
Couldn't have said it better myself. You know, if you're not following, I think it's the Publica Now. I mean, it is the Publica Now on Twitter. Make sure you share this post far and wide. Great job from the news team. Really proud of you guys for getting this interviews. And yeah, my heart goes out to these girls. They're getting screwed over. I hope you're informed by this video. And if you were, please give it a share and subscribe or follow down below. And we'll talk to you again real soon.